No tree too tall, no job too small. Lim Walker Tree Service, 725-203-6660.
Well, the FAIR Summit, first of all, FAIR stands for Federation for American Immigration Reform. And they paid for our trip to Washington, D.C. in September because we were discussing the fentanyl problem.
And we just spoke to Harry Williams about fentanyl, and this is a huge problem. You guys saw really hands-on what was going on at this. There was a protest. There was actually physically pictures that was that showed how much this is impacting America. Let's talk a little bit about that. Can you tell me what you saw?
Well, they had a lot of people out there, obviously, but they had 4x8 sheets, white sheets, with pictures covered from one side of the mall, the Washington Mall, clear to the other side of the Washington Mall, on both sides of the street. That depicted all of the people that had died so far that they knew of fentanyl. I knew that it was coming across the border, and I knew that it was coming from, originally coming from China. But I didn't realize that it was coming from Chinese factories that were actually pill manufacturers that were sending pills over to Mexico, shipping them across, and then the Mexican cartels bringing them into the United States. The piece that I was missing was that the different pharmaceutical companies over there were actually manufacturing the pills.
Legally.
Legally.
Scary.
Well, legally in China. I think the biggest thing that came out of this, well, one of the biggest things, was realizing that each one of the pill companies that they import into Mexico and eventually come our direction, they don't have quality assurance programs like we do. So their quality control on their pills, you may get one batch that has X amount of fentanyl, and then the next time you have a batch that has XX times of fentanyl. So it's not a standardized portion that you're getting in a pill that now is being handed from person to person.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not coming from one of our pharmaceutical companies that really do have standards, and they are checked to be sure that whatever they put in that pill is at the standard but not over the standard amount of whatever it is. The pills are stamped the same way a pharmaceutical pill would be stamped here. And so, you know, you go back to when you were little and you wanted to smoke cigarettes, and your mother or your dad would tell you, well, you get your cigarettes from me and your, everything else, because the cigarettes that you got from your buddy could be laced with something. And it's the same thing. Get your pills from a pharmacy. Don't get them from someone else. Don't take somebody else's medication, because you never know what you're getting, and it could kill you. I don't think that there is a pill that actually says it's fentanyl. There are pills that look like oxycodone that are marked like oxycodone. There are pills that look like Valium and are marked like Valium, but they're not coming from one of our pharmacies. So if you take a pill that you know has not come from a pharmacy, you're taking your life in your hands.